Good afternoon, my name is Marshal Covin, and I'll be telling you about my birthday, February 24th. Here's my audience. Now, on February 24th, a lot of important things happened. In Texas, William B. Travis sent a letter asking for reinforcements to defend the Alamo against Santa Anna. President Andrew Johnson was impeached by the House of Representatives in 1868, and Raul Castro replaced his brother, Fidel Castro, as the leader of Cuba. Now, in Texas, in 1836, William B. Travis sent a letter asking for reinforcements. Santa Anna had him and the other Texans surrounded at the Alamo and demanded his surrender. Of course, Travis responded asking for reinforcements, and with his famous letter, "I shall never surrender or retreat, victory or death." Unfortunately, no one came to help Travis, with the exception of 32 men from Goliad. Of course, that was not enough, and the Alamo soon fell afterwards. But not before Travis and his men could kill more than 1,000 Mexican troops. Now, this bought enough time for Sam Houston to organize his forces and later defeat Travis and the Mexican army at the Battle of San Jacinto. Though Travis's ask for help was never truly answered, his victory or death message set a precedence for Texas independence and is still a state of mind that you can see in Texas today. I got this information from Holly Beer's book, Inherit the Alamo, Myth and Ritual at an American Shrine. Now, on a national level, President Andrew Johnson was impeached by the House of Representatives on February 24, 1868. After the Civil War, there was a divide between the radical Republicans and President Johnson regarding how the seceded states should be readmitted to the Union. President Johnson was following President Lincoln's view on how the state should be readmitted, which would be very lenient. He would grant amnesty to any state that swore an oath of loyalty to the Union. On the other hand, the radical Republicans wanted a much more stringent policy for the seceded states, and they wanted to set up a military government. This caused a huge rift in the political system at the time, and what happened is President Johnson then removed the radical Republican and Secretary of War, Edwin Stanton, from office. Now, this made his life a little bit easier initially, removing this radical Republican, but then Congress found that he had breached the Tenure of Office Act by removing the Secretary of War, and impeachment proceedings soon began afterwards. Luckily for President Johnson, in Congress he was one vote short of the 2/3 majority needed to convict him at the time. I got this information from the National Park Service's webpage, Why Was Andrew Johnson Impeached? Now, on the international spectrum, on February 24, 2008, Raul Castro replaced his brother Fidel Castro as the leader of Cuba. Though when Raul took over, the economic and social situation in Cuba was far from stable, Raul started a number of positive measures to get the country back on track. He eliminated the rationing system, he increased self-employment and expanded private business, and he increased economic competition by freeing up agricultural markets. Though Cuba still has a long way to go in their modernization process, Raul Castro started it off really well with a bunch of these positive measures, and they're well on their way. I got this information from the book Cuba Under Raul Castro, Assessing the Reforms by Carmelo Logo and Jorge Lopez. In conclusion, there were a number of important things that happened on February 24th. Of course, I think that my birthday is the most important, but others would argue that Travis's letter for reinforcements, President Andrew Johnson being impeached by the House of Representatives, and Raul Castro taking over as the head of Cuba was also incredibly important. Thank you very much for your time. And back to my audience. Thank you.